Welcome back. We are doing the series on loves in this playlist, Awakening the Dead, and this is 5.2. So, with that being said, I just want to say last time I had you guys go look at the attributes of the God of Moses in the Old Testament. If you haven't had the chance to do that, please stop this video, don't watch it. Go find those attributes that we read about in the New Testament of the Spirit that we are given when we are saved. And it's under what is love. So, with that, we're going to do things a little bit different this time. I'm going to show you the verse that I'm referring to, and I want you to read it. Now, before you read it, I want you to ask the Father to reveal to you what the meaning of this is and what's it actually saying. Not the blinders. Take off the blinders of your doctrines, which is short for indoctrinations. Take those blinders off and look at this verse. Let's go. Okay, so I want you to read the King James Version. It's right there in front of you, right below where my face is. King James Version. What is that saying to you? What's that saying? I'll give you some time to read it. Go ahead. Is that showing you a merciful Father? Like who the Christ talked about in the New Testament? I mean, he's so merciful that he's going to take away your sin, right? Kind of. But he's going to visit that sin upon your children, your children's children, your children's children's children, because he's just so merciful, right? What God would take your sin and account that to someone else? So you went and you murdered somebody, and instead of you being guilty of it, someone else is held accountable for it. For 4 generations, mind you. All your children, all your children's children, all your children's children's children, and all your children's 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 children. That's not mercy, that's not forgiveness, and we're going to show you right now that the word forgiveness in this, if we go up here to the Hebrew, and we go to forgiving, it means nasa or nesha, to lift or take away. So yours has been taken, but not in reality, because if we go to the word iniquity right here, it says punishment for iniquity. So that's supposed to be forgiven too, right? Forgiving iniquity. So taking away the punishment for iniquity. But yet, if you can see right here, keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin and clearing no by means. In other words, by no means visiting the iniquity, what he said he was forgiving you of the fathers upon the sons and the children's of the sons to the 3rd and 4th generation. This is not the Father. It's what we keep on trying to tell you in these videos, that how you've been taught these doctrines are false. They're false. You can clearly see right here that it is not the Father, because we're going to show you in some other verses one a prophet, and even in Paul and Matthew of the New Testament, where the word forgiveness is totally different and means something totally different. So let's go there. All right, so we're here in Isaiah 34:25. Even I, am he who blots out your transgressions for my own sake, and remembers your sins no more. If he doesn't remember your sins no more, he's not going to be putting that onto someone else. Your sons, your daughters, your son's sons, your son's sons, son's sons. He's not going to do that. If it's been blotted out, it's done. And we can go to the Hebrew word here for blotted out and see what it actually means. To wipe out, erase, cancel, obliterate. It's no more. It's not visited on people, on your son. It's not visited on your ancestors. It's not how the Father works. That's the other one who works that way. And we're going to show you that as well. So let's go over to Matthew. This is my blood of the covenant, which is poured out for many for their forgiveness of sins. If you look at that word, forgiveness of sins, complete forgiveness. It's not transferred to someone else. It's complete. It's done. Complete forgiveness. Let's see. Alright. We're not going to get into that yet. We're going to go to the next part where I'm going to show you who exactly the Old Testament God actually is from Jesus' own words, from the Christ himself. Back, we are in Deuteronomy. Fear the Lord your God and serve him. Hold fast to him and take your oaths in his name. The name of this right here, the Lord, if we go up here to the Hebrew, is the name Yahweh. Are you ready for this? Yahweh. Take all your oaths in Yahweh's name. Deuteronomy, Old Testament God, right? The God of Moses, right? Let's see what Jesus had to say about this. And again, this is Matthew 5:33. Again, you have heard that it was said to the people long ago, back in Deuteronomy days, do not break your oath, but fulfill to the Lord, Yahweh, the vows that you have made. That's where that quote's coming from. Deuteronomy 10:20. Let's go to the next verse. But I tell you, do not swear an oath at all. In other words, don't do what Yahweh told you to do. Now, if Jesus and Yahweh are the same person, they're the Son and the Father, right? Why is he telling you not to do what the Father told you to do? Oh, because it's not the Father. Do not swear an oath at all, either by heaven, for it is God's throne. The God here is Yahweh. It's his throne. Or by the earth, for it is footstool. Or by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. Who's the great king? Yahweh. Yahweh's that great king. The God of this earth and heaven. Let's go to 36. And do not swear by your head, for you cannot even make one hair white or black. Don't even swear by yourself. All you need to say is simply yes or no. Anything beyond this comes from the evil one. Who would that be? Yahweh, the Old Testament God of Moses. The evil one. He just told you who he was. He just told you who Yahweh was. He's the evil one, the deceiver, the liar, the boastful. And we want to see boastful? Another attribute not of the Father that we read about in the last video. We can go to this, Exodus 36. Let's go down here. And Jehovah passed over before his face and calleth, Jehovah, Jehovah God, merciful and gracious, slow to anger and abundance of kindness and truth, right? Because that's what the Father does, right? He's boastful like that. While he's walking in front of Moses, and Moses seeing the backside of him, right? Remember what Jesus said? No one has ever seen the Father. John 1:18. No one has ever seen God, but the one and only Son, who is himself God and is in close relationship with the Father, has made him known. No one's ever seen him. Adam didn't see him when he was walking in the garden. Moses didn't see him either. Moses didn't see him. Adam didn't see him. No one has ever seen him. The true Father, no one has ever seen. It's that simple. No one's ever seen him. Who was lying in the Old Testament? He's a liar. He's been a liar since the beginning, telling you he was God. But what are you saying? The Father's Satan? No, the Father's the Father. The Father's the Father that's always been. You've been told that someone else was the Father. This is why Jesus came and said, no, everything Moses has been saying pretty much, except for a few verses here and there, was a lie. Every time Jesus confronted the Pharisees, it was always about something Moses said. He sets himself on high, claiming to be God. Claiming to be God. To be the Father. I hope you see this. I hope you have eyes to see and ears to hear. I hope you really get this, because this is going to transform your life. And you're going to know the truth, and it will set you free. With that, as always, do the Father's will.